Micro E-mini Nasdaq 100. We have 2 bars back. I teach this in my system. So what do we do when we get to that level? How do we know what to look for around that level? Well, it can be kind of simple. We can come over here and we can come from this low. And we can come up here and we can know that in Fibonacci counts, if you've seen my previous video, we could understand to be aware of this level. So we'll mark that level. Okay. This right here is going to help us understand little zones. You can label them if you want to keep up with it if you'd like. So again, I'm on the bottoms down here. I'm dropping one candle to the side. I'm coming over so that it starts out my count to show that I'm on that bar and it's showing 1. I get to the top, it's a 6. So that means that this one is my 5. It's my Fibonacci bar. And so in that perspective, we look for 5 to 6. Okay, so we'll mark that. So we have that zone right there from both of these low points right here on the 30-minute time frame. Okay, so that gets me to where it could get me up to the high, and I can understand a zone, around that little area there. From the bottom, we'll probably have too high of a number, 12 to 13. So we don't really want to go above 13. We want to try to stay below into the 3, 5, or 8 area, something like that, to keep us in line with where we are. So what was that? This low here, 13 to 14. Let's do that one more time just to make sure. So that's a 14. So we'll take that off for now. Yeah, so we have 13 right here, and from here we have 8, 9, right? And so this will be 8 on the 15, right? We can come down to the 5-minute, and we're up and around that zone. It's giving us some structure. It does break down a little bit. It holds back over here. 1, 2 of these bars back low, kind of pulled back inside and took off up there. But that's not work. That's just a little zone we can look at it the same way. It's a little math zone. So we take our tool, we're up here at it, and from this point here, you would have known that 7 to 8, 8 to 9, right here, would be a point in which this right here could have reacted, and it did. If you notice that the bar 9 here reacted to bar 7, odds and evens. It's what I teach in my system. Anyway, it comes up in here and we've got 15 to 16. Now that is a Fibonacci number there, and it does work that way, but we can get a little bit closer to that. We can come over here to this low and come up to this point. And now we see it says 8 right there. So we will mark our Fibonacci number. And that tells us in these perspectives how and where we can view these type of movements, right? And on the way down, we have 1, 2, 3. So this bar can move on the way down. We'll just do this in red just to make something different here. So 3 to 4 can, after we've hit the high, you know, and we can then get a reaction from that point. So we'll go down to the low time frame and we'll see what it says for the 1 minute at that area. Do you see the little zones it gave us? You see how it gave us these zones and how we can understand, you know, it this right here could have shorted. You may have made some money on that. You could have got out. You could have potentially longed back to the top if you felt like counting from here down, trying to find a point in which would lead you up. But anyway, we get our little zones here, and we can see in these points and times right here that this is a high time frame point, and this could be the breakdown after. So this right here, because it's the higher time frame, that's the zone we can mark over. These little areas here, they have kind of hit. It gave us this zone and this zone, this little zone here, right? And then it gave me this little area here that it can react in. And it did. All right. So that's how we can do it. Now, how do we get to the bottom? Let's just clean some of this up real quick so we can work our way down real fast, and we'll just show you how it did that. So it rejected 2 bars back high and went to the low of my day. Okay, what do we do when we're down there at the bottom? We'll go up and see what we have. We have a 30-minute time frame. What do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, bar 5. So this is a 30-minute 5, right? And so we are at a level. We might be able to, we'll just mark it green, right? Just just to kind of go with that for a moment. So we're at a zone right here at the bottom that may react, and that 30-minute is giving, just a perspective, like a zone I can understand may do something. I can pull from here, in here, or right in here, right? Well, clearly it just dumped on that candle, so there's really no structure. It's smaller time frames. But from the top to the bottom, that's 8 to 9. So we, like I say in that system, 8 to 9, it gives me a zone, right, in which I can pay attention to. Okay, now I'm down here on the smaller time frames. Let's go from the top up here, and let's go ahead and start from this swing failure point down here. 13. That's on my bar at the bottom down here. Okay, we're at level. We are at 13. We get a 2-bar back signal to go long in that aspect. Short, quick reaction off of the level. And so we didn't have much time. Like we went through 30-minute, 15-minute, we're down to 5. It didn't really give me a far off zone and before we got to the level, right? And so that's how we could view it. Now let's go ahead and view ourself bouncing, view it bouncing off of that right there, back towards the top. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back and view that on the 1 minute real quick, so we can see what happened there. So we came outside of it, and you can see it hit the level, started reacting, right? And then you can start counting your way through over here from these lows. 6, 7, 8 starts moving, comes back up. 9, 10, 10, 11, right? 13 starts blasting off, goes back up towards the level. So let's view it on our way back up to the top real fast. All right, we got a 15-minute time frame. We got bar 1, 2, 3. So this is a zone right here in which I might could look for a short. So 3 to 4 on the 15-minute time frame. There's not enough time on it for the 30. It's just 2. If we go from the bottom over here, 1, 2, this is the 30-minute. We'll just mark that real quick so you can see the difference. But then we'll go back down. We were on the 15, and now we're going to go down to view it on the 5-minute really quickly. And then we will pull from the bottom down here to the top, and we have 9, 8, 9. So we already have one on the 9 telling us that's a point. And from that point there, we can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up here at the top. Sorry, that 2-bar back on the 5-minute function right there comes in. We are a couple zones back on these 5-minute levels here. Missed that right there. All right, so you got that little zone there, and we're at level, and you can go down and view that on the 1 minute. All right, let's go check it out. Oh yeah, missed it. Nice. So what do we have at the top up here? We have a level in a zone that we can understand we're rejecting here. We can look 1, 2 bar systems back. We get a level, the previous, and then we also have our level right here, which is 2 bars back. It starts to fail through these, and you can just kind of make your way through the chart, and that's pretty much how you do it. Look for the Fibonacci zones like right there. Look for the charting, and wait for some breakdown out of the zones. That way you can kind of see what's happening. But yeah, that's pretty much it on the. That's it, man. Just chart your way around it. Open, high, low, close, odds and evens, 2 bars back, count level to level, mark your zones. That's how you do it.